So I'm going to share a little tool that we use in CBF. So it's kind of like a little secret tool we use in CBF. And we just simple tool, we call it the reverse engineered goals tool, right? So with us starting the brand new year, the best way to start it right is to think about where you want to be 12 months from January 1. So on January 1, when you're sleeping in and maybe recovering from partying too hard December 31st, and you get up, maybe by noon, have plenty of coffee, print this off and think about, all right, where do I want to be by the end of by the end of 2023, 12 months. Over the next 12 months, what do I want to do with my business? And, I realize it's going to be a little more challenging because it's a recession. And I don't think we've seen the bottom of the recession. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. So what do I need to do over the next 12 months to achieve my goals and not to be held back by a recession? So, you can screenshot this with your phone and you can make up your own tool. If you're in CBF, you have this. But the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your 3 to 5 year vision. This is kind of that long range vision. Where do I want to be in 3 to 5 years? Do I want to be at 1 million? Do I want to be at 2 million? Do I want to have opened up a second or a third location? Do I want to be 100% map free, managing 10 employees or managing 25 employees? So think about where you want to be, your long-term vision in 3 to 5 years, not where am I going to be in 12 months? Where do you want to be with your business in 3 to 5 years? So if you'll be willing to share that with me right now, type in to the comments right now if you already know where you want to be in 3 to 5 years. And be specific. So type it in the chat. Be specific. I want to be at 500,000 in 3 years, or I want to be at 2 million in 3 years. I want to be only working Monday through Friday, never working nights or weekends in 3 years and at $1 million. Be specific. Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? Type it in the chat. I see Catherine is here. I see Beth is in the house. Hey, Beth. Absentee owner. Excellent. 3 to 5 years. Andrew wants to be an absentee owner. In other words, the business is pretty much running itself. Maybe you're overseeing it. Maybe you're checking in with your leaders, but the business is kind of running itself. And, Andrew, he's come through CBF. He already knows it's the simplest model in the world to create a hands-free business. Most of the archaic business models, everybody else is following and everybody else is teaching. Right? Those archaic business models with the cars and the teams and the hourly pay. Well, good luck ever being a hands-free business owner that's absentee. It's too hard. It's too complicated. It's too messy. It's too unprofitable. It requires the owner to be there grinding it out. So, Andrew, we have the best model in the world to create freedom. All right. Amy says time freedom with a $1.5 million business serving pregnant teens. Wow. So I assume that's her charity project, serving pregnant teens. Type in charity if that's what you mean. Is that like a charity project, like some volunteer work? Awesome. So you see how crystal clear our CBF members are with what they want? Amy Smith, she's very specific. Look at this. Morris McRae. He knows exactly what he wants. 3.5 million and traveling with Tammy. And see, he's already traveling more than most business owners, more than most entrepreneurs in any field get to travel, because Tammy and Morris have built this business that doesn't require that they suck the life out of their soul and be there 24/7. So Tammy and Morris are already living that entrepreneur's dream of enough time freedom and financial freedom to be able to do some travel. Because I've been watching you guys. It's amazing where you guys are going. So Morris and Tammy, they know exactly what they want. 3 to 5 years, 3.5 million and traveling. And you know what? I believe with all my heart, you guys will achieve it. You're on the right path. So Tammy or Morris McRae is in our Advanced Pros group, and he was a business startup. He started his business like 6 months before COVID. He's already at $1 million and he's already in our Advanced Pros. It's incredible to watch their growth. Marcy wants to be an absentee owner. Awesome. Eric, we will be absentee owners doing $4.5 million in revenue. I believe that. Eric and Debbie are another example of business owners that come through the CBF training. I believe Eric will be one of our next CBF certified coaches. He is in our advanced pro group because they just keep growing so fast. They're so sophisticated and advanced. And I have no doubt they'll be at 3.5 million and they will create a business that does not need them there all the time. I have no doubt. And the CBF model is truly the simplest model on the planet to actually achieve that. Oh, everybody wants it, but most people are following a very archaic model of residential cleaning business that just does not work. It's too expensive. It requires too much of the owner's time and energy and attention, and it has so little profits. Let's see who else typed in. Let me not miss somebody. Oh, thank you, Morris. Morris says, due to CBF. Awesome. You have a great story, Morris, and I brag about you all the time. In fact, I have a gift for you. I need to get that in the mail. Amy says, goosebumps, people. We are awesome. Or what? Are we awesome or what? You're so sweet. Awesome. All righty. Let me see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Karen Conchi. Oh, I have no doubt, Karen, $3 million and an absentee owner. Karen and her husband are already traveling and experiencing freedom from their business since joining CBF. And I have no doubt that they will achieve these goals and dreams. So moving on to the next point. So this is your vision, 3 to 5 years. I'm going to be at 3.5 million. I'm going to be at 4.5 million. I'm going to be at 1.5 million. And I'm going to have a business that doesn't need me all the time. Do you know, I had a business for over 20 years that even though I wasn't 100% absentee, it mostly didn't need me. It ran without me. I only came in 3 days a week. And when I was there, I was really just in everybody's way, but I didn't know what to do with myself otherwise, right? Because this model is so conducive to freedom. And most business models in any industry are not conducive to freedom, especially in the service industry. All right, moving next to the next point. So let me make sure my screen is sharing. Are you guys seeing my screen? Yes, you are. Okay, so moving on to the next point. In the next point is my 1 year I am statement. Now, this is something we do in CBF, and we do this in Momentum and in the pros and in now our new elite group. But in CBF, once a year, we like to proclaim, and then we usually do a check-in and do it again in the middle of the year. Let's see here. I'm getting texts, so let me take a look at this. But at least once a year, we ask our CBF members in Momentum and in Pros to define your I am statement, meaning I am a $3 million cleaning company. I am a $1 million cleaning company. I am mop free. I am managing 25 employees. However you want to say it, I am earning $150,000 net income, right? Whatever you want to claim, create your I am statement. I am this. In other words, look 12 months from January 1. So let's say December 31st, 2023, or January 1, 2024. And you want your I am statement today to reflect where you will be in 12 months. So not 3 to 5 years. That's a pretty hairy, audacious goal. But where are you going to be in 12 months from today? I am $3.5 million cleaning company. I am mop free. So now's the time to put that in. Where will you be in 12 months? And make that your I am statement, because I want you to put it on your wall. So I did an I am statement earlier this year, but I'm pretty sure I need to adjust it. But I'm not sure. I don't know. This might be perfect. But my I am statement hasn't gotten hung up on the wall yet, but it will soon. I had to pull it down the other day. Let me pop this up here so you can see it. Whoops. Let me do that. All right. There's my I am statement. I make it in big, bright letters and numbers with a Sharpie, and then I hang this on my wall. Usually I have a bright yellow pad that is like a sticky note pad. You can order this from Amazon. These are giant sticky notes, right? And so I usually do it on my giant sticky note pad and stick it on the wall. Then I can peel it off and adjust it if I'm going to crush it and go past it. So I want you guys to make your I am statement so that 12 months from today, you are this, whatever it is that you put on there, and you see it every day. So you don't say, I hope to, or I will be at $1 million in a year, or I will be mop free in a year, or I will be at a 500,000, or I will have 10 employees. Don't say I will, right? Because that's kind of wishful thinking. No, I am. And I want you to make your I am statement on a piece of paper and hang it somewhere where you see it every single day. So this hangs on my wall over there. Oh, I did stick the yellow sticky note. It is up there on the wall. So this was my extra. It's on my wall and I see it every time I step out of my office and every time I sit down in my chair. I am $3.5 million. So what is your I am statement? What is your I am statement? Type that into the chat. Put that in the chat for me. Let's see here. There's my adjustment. Let's see your I am statement. All right, Morris McRae, by the end of 2023, so the last day of the year, the first day of 2024, Morris McRae can cheerfully and boldly say, I am 1.375 business. 375,000, 1,375,000. That's pretty exciting. All right, Amy Wynn Smith. Amy, this just warms my heart so much. I am just so amazed at the growth I've seen you have, my dear. Amy says, by the end of this year, I am a $625,000 a year business. Amy, did you ever believe it was possible? Did you ever think this would happen? It is so incredible to see it. All right. Who else? I am statements. All right. Karen Conchi, I am at $1.3 million. How exciting is that? And I believe you will. Kim Wells, I am 150,000 in 12 months. Kim, you can do it. You can do it. We want to help you get there. Kathy Merchant. Oh, I have no doubt about this. Kathy Merchant. I loved your post, by the way, Kathy. I am $1.5 million, and I'm guessing most of that in residential. All right. I know, Amy, right? Not in a million years. I remember when you seemed to have doubts about ever even getting out of the field. And here you are already really running a big business. Gina Rose says, I am mop free in January, by January 2024. Gina, you can do this. You can do this. And we're going to be there to help you. We're actually going to be launching a training program here soon called How to Hire Your First Employee. So make sure you stay tuned and pay close attention. All right, Marcy, by the end of 2023, I am $250,000 in revenue. Can you believe that? I mean, I'm sure there was a day when you thought, oh, that's not possible. And here you are setting it as a goal because you know it is possible. And I know you can do it, Marcy. So that's a really exciting goal. Sally, I am $1 million. $1 million, Sally. That is just so cool. And I love it. All right, Teresa McConnell, I am 200,000 in 12 months. I know you can do it, Teresa. I saw you on the coaching call tonight. I just love your energy. Love your excitement. Love being around you. All right. Bye, Boris. He said he has to go. All right. Who else? I am statement. Let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody. And Amy's always encouraging. All right. So moving on to the next thing on our goals backwards list. So now that you have your 12-month goal, right? I am at $1 million, or I am at 625,000, or whatever your goal is. I am mop free by January of 2024. Now that you have your 12-month goal, you have to set your 90-day targets. So there are certain things you've got to get done every 90 days. And so think about your first 90 days is January through March. That's Q1, your first quarter of the year. What do I need to do in Q1 to guarantee I am 100% mop free by the end of the year? And honestly, Kim, if you, or whoever that was, who was it that said that? Whoever said I'll be mop free. Oh, Tammy says 750,000 in revenue by the end of 2023. Amen, Tammy. I know you can do it. Andrew, 850. Man, those are some great numbers, Tammy and Andrew. Really gets me excited. And then Tammy's going to be at 1.5 million by the end of 2023. Revenue at the end of maybe she meant 2024. Anyway, back to you guys. So what are those 90-day targets? And whoever said I'm going to be mop free in by 2024, you might actually discover you'll be mop free within 3 to 6 months if you set goals and targets and objectives and start pursuing those activities that will get you out of the field. But what are those 90-day targets? So just think about January through March. What do I need to do January through March for me to hit these goals? And start thinking about what those are and start writing them down. Okay, well, over the next 3 months between January and March, I need to raise my marketing budget by $1,000. And I've got to hire 3 more people. And I need to start training the other person in my office to help me with sales because our marketing is increasing the lead flow and I can't keep up with it all. So start making, little notes on the 90-day targets as to what do I need to do between now and March. Then the next category to go to is 30-day objectives. All right. So I already know what I need to do over the next 90 days. I need to increase my marketing by $1,000 or maybe 500. I need to, raise my final clients that I've never raised their rates on so I can get out of the field. I need to send out rate increases, make your list. But then what do I need to do over the next 30 days? Right, over the next 30 days. All right, maybe I need to finally implement the speed cleaning system because my training is broken and I can't keep onboarding employees and doing the training myself, right? Or maybe over the next 30 days, I need to call all of my customers and check in with them and make sure they're satisfied with the service, make sure the person I have assigned to their house is doing a good job. What are those things you need to do over the next 30 days to help you reach your goals? And then what do I need to do the next 7 days? Right? So reaching your 12-month goal isn't about dreaming about where you want to be in the next 12 months. It's about doing what you're going to do over the next 7 days and the next 30 days and the next 90 days. So think about, okay, next 7 days, what am I going to do? Here it is Tuesday. Between now and next Tuesday, what am I going to do? Okay, well, I'm going to interview a couple of Google Ads experts that I've been hearing about, and I'm going to decide who can help me with my Google Ads. Or I'm going to finally sign up with Indeed and write my first ad and publish it. What can I do over the next 7 days? Or I'm going to start posting in Facebook groups every single day. I'm going to get in the habit of posting in Facebook groups every day, marketing my services, joining groups, reading the rules, finding out what I can and can't post, answering questions, looking for people searching for cleaning. What are you going to do over the next 7 days? Fill that out. And then your 1 day intention. Your 1 day intention. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow? Same old, or one more thing to help you reach your 12-month goal? What is it? What will you do tomorrow? Well, maybe tomorrow you will finally put together a marketing calendar for the next 90 days. And you're just going to think about, okay, what am I going to, where am I going to spend my marketing dollars? Where am I going to increase my marketing dollars? Where am I going to post on Facebook? Am I going to start posting on Instagram? What am I going to do tomorrow? And so using these tools to help you break down your goals backwards are the best way to actually reach your goals in 12 months. And I would print out a whole bunch of these sheets because you're constantly adjusting the sheet. You're constantly changing your 90-day targets and your 30-day objectives and your 7-day focus and your 1 day intentions. You're constantly adjusting this and you're constantly working your plan, because if you don't work your plan, your business will work you. Your business will dictate what you have time for. And all you'll do is put out fires every day, all day. You won't move your business forward. You'll just deal with chaos. You'll deal with drama. You'll deal with activity, but you won't deal with goals and measuring forward and planning. And so use that little tool. You can just kind of write down what I told you. If you're in CBF, you have this tool. And use that tool to think through where you want to be in a few years, where you want to be exactly 12 months from January 1, what you need to do in the first 90 days of this year so you don't squander it. Because if you don't do that, if you don't think about what do I need to achieve January, February, March, you'll be surprised that here it is May and you haven't done anything but put out fires. You're still cleaning, or you're still at the same size. You're still replacing the same employees that keep quitting and turning over. You're still not following up on leads fast enough. You're still not doing more marketing to get more leads. You'll discover it's May and you haven't moved forward towards your goals. And so think about your goals in 90-day chunks and then work backwards to plan your 30 days, your 7 days, your 1 day. All right, guys, it is 5:35. I'm going to go heat up leftovers. We have so much food left over. It's just crazy. And I'm going to share a video with you really quick. And I hope you enjoy this little video montage that I recently made from a testimonial that was sent in to me. So I'm going to share this with you. Oh, you know what? I don't think you'll be able to hear the sound.
I've been wanting
Can you hear that?
for weeks to
I
send
bet you guys
this,
can't hear the
but
sound because I don't know how to
handwritten.
make the sound
But
work.
as you know,
Could you guys hear that? Type in the comments if you could hear her voice. If not, I'll still have to figure out how to make. Oh, you're welcome, Andrew. Let's see if you can hear that. Can anybody hear that?
Perfect. So here's
you can hear that, Andrew?
I know so many
yay.
CBF.
All right, let me start over.
Wanting for weeks to send you this, but handwritten. But as you know, done is better than perfect. So here's the email. I know so many CBF members' lives have changed by you and what you have created for all of us. I wanted to share my personal story with you, just to remind you how important you are to me and to so many. My husband, Eric, is a structural engineer. Up until the end of 2019, he was working full-time at a well-established company as their senior engineer. He carried us financially, and all of my cleaning company earnings went into savings, vacations, and other miscellaneous spending. Before I joined CBF in 2017, I was absolutely miserable in every part of my career, barely made profits, even when we were bringing in $750,000 a year in sales. A part of me just dealt with it, and I kind of thought, well, I'm married to a successful engineer. If anything goes wrong, I can go back into the corporate world. I honestly thought that's what would end up happening. In October of 2019, Eric lost his job. He was diagnosed years ago with a disease called rod cone dystrophy. It's an uncurable eye disease that is slowly and recently quickly taking his vision. We believe he lost his job to his performance because of his vision. His company handled it terribly, and he became so depressed over it. He sometimes worked 10 to 12 hour days just to do the work that most did in 8 hours. I feel this was because it was so difficult for him to see his computer and work in his programs. In the winter, he would drive home at night due to his long hours. And because of his vision, he would actually have to pull over and have me come to pick him up, specifically if it was raining. He was an amazing engineer and so incredibly talented. So losing his career was a really tough blow for him. After he lost his job, I became the sole provider of our household. Rewind to 2017 and earlier, that would have been absolutely devastating. I would have felt like I was being forced to make this company work, no matter how miserable I was in it. Today, I love my company. Of course, there are ups and downs, but I love to work. I love coming to the office, seeing my employees. I love taking vacations, and I really love my paychecks. If this was different, I believe my marriage would be different. I think there would have been a serious strain on our marriage. There might be a level of bitterness, even though it's not his fault. I think that would have been natural. I was able to tell my husband that I am more than okay with you not working, and I actually meant it, and that made him feel relieved. On another note, he can no longer drive a vehicle, which means he's stuck at our home each day and can't go anywhere. Uber doesn't even come to our house. Thanks to the huge changes in our finances, after starting the CBF courses in 2017, out of nowhere, in a short amount of time, our accounts grew to over $250,000. With that kind of income, we were able to purchase a home on 130 acres of land. Eric has created trails throughout our land and has had so much fun taking care of things. Plus, with as smoothly as the business runs, I usually stay home 1 to 2 days a week and work and play a little bit. I cannot imagine the kind of depression he would have had if he were stuck in a house with no land, and if I were working 40 to 50 hours a week like I used to be working. Our plan for the next 10 years or more is to take the vacations that most take after retirement. Our goal is 3 to 4 per year, and I'm certain that will happen. We want to do this now while his vision is still somewhat okay. By the way, I could also go on and on about how you have changed the lives of my employees, but I'll save that for another 12-paragraph email. I cannot express how much you have changed my life and my husband's life. We have gone from a life that could have been stressful and possibly unhappy to the complete opposite. We are so happy. Thank you for everything, Debbie. You mean the world to me.
Isn't that amazing? I just had to share that with you guys. I just recently made that off of a video she sent in to me. But that's what CBF does. And there's testimonial after testimonial after testimonial of real people. I see that. Who else is crying? Yep. Of real people who have achieved unbelievable levels of success with their business just as a result of having a proven formula that they could follow that is simple to follow, simple to implement, and fix a broken business. Like she said, before she got the news that her husband was no longer going to be able to work, it would have been devastating for her to have to um, be the sole breadwinner of the family because her business didn't work very well. It wasn't very profitable. It was very chaotic. She worked long hours for small amounts of money. It was their fun money back then. But she took CBF, and when he was needing to quit work, um, she was able to say with confidence, "Don't worry, I can support us." And they bought this incredible land, and they have a beautiful life. And it's just such a wonderful story to hear how lives are changed following the CBF formula. And Stacy is one of those people. She came through the program. She implemented everything. She went and achieved so much levels of success that she made it into our advanced CBF pros, which is a very prestigious group to be able to make it into. And now she's in our CBF elite program. It's just incredible to see her growth. And I can't wait to see what she does. But guys, if you want to learn more about CBF, go to cleaningbusinessfundamentals.com. Without a doubt, you need to come to our 3-day event in Dallas for any cleaning business owner. You can register for that before we run out of tickets at cbflive.com. Somebody type in www.cbflive.com and get registered. It'll change your life. I saw Brian had a question about demographics. You could do a demographic search, Brian, on your county. Just type in the name of your county and demographics, and it'll pull out the median income, the population size. But I saw Tammy answered the question that you only need 300 repeat customers to have $1 million maid service. So my business is in a very small suburban market. We don't even market to Dallas and Fort Worth, all those metropolitan areas that I'm surrounded by. We don't even market to those areas. We don't even go into those areas. And my business does over $3 million. So I've had $1 million maid service in this small suburban area for many, many years. And we've grown it over the last 7 years to 3 million. And so just do a demographic study. Just type in demographics and your county, or demographics and your zip code or city, and just pull up the data. All you need are, actually, it's less than 300 clients nowadays because fees have increased significantly. But on average, you just need 300 regular repeat clients. And you only need a couple of hundred, maybe 150 repeat clients to have a $500,000 business. And so most people's business could be 5 to 10 times bigger than they actually believe is possible. Most, I don't know where you're at, but most people's business is significantly smaller than it actually could be. It's just that they don't know how to make it a bigger business. And we show you how. That's our specialty. We show you how to stop the employee turnover. Susie's in the house. Susie's another person that can tell you over and over and over again how life-changing CBF is. She's one of those people that cleaned for many, many years, was out there cleaning with the teams. Now she has a beautiful office that we all have office envy over when we see the beautiful pictures. And she has a great business. And so, guys, talk to any one of these. Call Tam, or private message Tammy, private message Susie, or Kathy Merchant. Just send them a private message and say, is this the real deal? Is CBF really worth it? They'll talk to you one-on-one. Nobody is being paid to tell you how good it is. It's just life-changing, and they want to share the great news with you. So anyway, but I am a million times bigger than I was 2.5 years ago. That is so cool. I love hearing the testimonials. Hey, Tammy Sellers, great to see you. So yeah, Amy Smith is another one that's grown dramatically. So yeah, Brian, just do a demographics study for your Martin's where is it? Martinsburg, West Virginia. And I know West Virginia needs high quality maid services because my daughter lived in Morgantown, West Virginia for about 5 years. And I'm telling you, I was tempted to open a maid service in that town. There was not one decent professional maid service in that town. And I'm telling you, I could have gotten a maid service probably to $1 million within 3 years in that town because there was no competition. We tried to hire professional maid services. We found crummy little individual services that did a bad job. And, we hired them to clean her house and she hired them, but it was a very bad experience. So I'm telling you, if you're in West Virginia, I don't know your particular area, but there's a good chance that you could crush it just by doing it right because most of them aren't. And so your competition is so weak. So who says I want to join CBF? I'm a small cleaning company. Well, you know what? Small cleaning companies become big when they join CBF if they want to. So, Rosa, it's less than you think. CBF is cheaper than a used car, but it isn't worth less money every year you drive it like a used car is. In fact, it's worth more money every year you follow it. So, guys, find out more about CBF. Come to CBF Live, cbflive.com, and we will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful, happy new year. Hope you had a blessed Christmas. So great to see all our CBF members on here participating. And CBF members, we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.